Say this, and a narcissist will never mess with you again. Dealing with a narcissist can feel like an endless cycle of manipulation, confusion, and emotional exhaustion, because every interaction seems like a power game designed to make you question yourself and lose control. But there's a way to break that cycle, a way to stop them right in their tracks and make them think twice before ever trying to play their mind games with you again. In this video from Psychology 2. We'll explore the key phrases that disarm a narcissist and give you back the sense of peace and power they've been trying to take away. 1. I'm not interested in arguing with you. Narcissists absolutely love arguments. It's their playground. It's how they twist stories, make you question reality, and keep you emotionally hooked, because every emotional reaction you give them is fuel that keeps their ego alive. But when you calmly say, I'm not interested in arguing with you, it's like taking the air out of their balloon. This phrase pulls the rug right out from under their manipulation. It stops the conflict they're trying to create before it even begins, because you are refusing to feed into their chaos, and that leaves them frustrated and powerless. The key here is to deliver it with calm confidence. No anger, no raised tone, no frustration, just quiet authority that says, I know who I am and I'm not playing this game. When you learn to speak this way, you're no longer reacting, you're leading. 2. That's your opinion, not mine. Narcissists thrive on control, and one of their favorite weapons is criticism. They'll pick you apart over small things. They'll twist your words and make you doubt your worth because they want you to question your perception of reality. But when you respond with, that's your opinion, not mine, you're cutting off their control at the root. This phrase is powerful because it creates a mental separation between their distorted perception and your truth. It reminds both of you that what they say doesn't define who you are, and it stops you from internalizing their negativity. It tells them that their words hold no emotional power over you, and that simple realization can frustrate them deeply. Narcissists can't stand losing psychological control, so when you stand firm and grounded in your truth, you start to reclaim your mental peace. 3. I'm not responsible for your feelings. Narcissists are emotional manipulators. They want you to believe that their pain, anger, or disappointment is your fault. They thrive on guilt trips because guilt keeps you under their control. But when you calmly say, I'm not responsible for your feelings, it breaks the emotional leash they've been using to control you. This phrase flips the entire script. Instead of defending yourself or over-explaining, you remind them that their emotions belong to them, not you. This is a powerful boundary statement that protects your emotional space and reinforces your sense of autonomy. You're not rejecting empathy, you're reclaiming accountability. And that distinction makes all the difference, because once a narcissist realizes they can't make you feel guilty anymore, they start losing interest in you as a source of supply. 4. No, it might sound simple, but this small word carries massive power. Narcissists hate boundaries. They expect you to say yes because they've trained you to avoid conflict, to please them, and to keep peace at any cost. But when you calmly say no, it shakes their sense of control. It reminds them that you have the power to choose, that you are not their puppet, and that you won't be intimidated into compliance. The most important part is to avoid over-explaining. You don't owe anyone an essay after saying no. A simple, confident no, delivered with calm energy, is enough to create discomfort in a narcissist's world, because it shows you're no longer under their influence. Narcissists despise the word no, because it reminds them that you see through them and you're not afraid to stand your ground. 5. I don't need your approval. This is one of the most liberating things you can ever say to a narcissist, because their entire manipulation system revolves around making you seek validation. They'll compliment you when they want control and criticize you when they want submission. But when you say, I don't need your approval, you shatter their entire strategy. This phrase shows that your self-worth comes from within, not from their inconsistent praise or judgment. It tells them that you have emotional independence, and they can no longer dangle approval as bait. This shift in mindset forces them to realize that they can't control how you see yourself anymore, and that loss of influence often makes them retreat. Remember, confidence is kryptonite to narcissists. When they realize they can't emotionally dominate you, they start to lose their sense of superiority. 6. That's not going to work on me. When you recognize and call out a narcissist's manipulation, you're essentially turning on a light in a dark room. They operate in shadows, using subtle guilt, confusion, and charm to twist your emotions. But when you calmly say, "That's not going to work on me," it throws them completely off balance. This phrase tells them that you're aware of their tactics and you're no longer a participant in their game. It's a quiet declaration of awareness and emotional intelligence. It exposes them, and narcissists hate exposure. They hate when someone can see through their manipulation because it ruins their illusion of control. This statement also helps you reaffirm your mental clarity every time you say it. You remind yourself that you're in charge of your boundaries and emotions, and not them. 7. I'm done with this conversation. When a narcissist realizes their tactics aren't working, they'll often escalate. They'll provoke insult or guilt, trip you to pull you back into their emotional chaos. But that's when this phrase becomes your shield. Saying, "I'm done with this conversation," ends the manipulation cycle right there. It's not about avoiding communication. It's about protecting your peace and refusing to participate in a toxic pattern. It's your way of saying, "I choose peace over conflict and clarity over confusion." When you walk away, you remove their power completely, because narcissists need engagement to survive. Your silence, your calm exit, your refusal to fight. Those are the things that disarm them the most. They can't handle losing control, and when they realize you won't play along anymore, they start searching for another target. So remember, these phrases are not just words. They are boundaries, spoken with strength, awareness, and self-respect. When you use them calmly and consistently, you begin to retrain your mind and reclaim your power from anyone who tries to manipulate it. A narcissist can only control you when you give them emotional access. Once you learn to stand in quiet confidence, you become untouchable, and they will think twice before ever trying to mess with you again. This is Psychology 2, the Duro, where we help you understand human behavior, protect your peace, and strengthen your emotional power.